AskReddit by Bonk1. What's something that is incredibly unhealthy that most people don't even realize? Loneliness. Yep, human interaction is one of those things everyone needs. I'm pretty introverted, so I went through that crazy teenage phase of thinking I'd be perfectly happy living the rest of my life alone with a computer, but it's just not reality. Even for the most introverted introverts, you still need human interaction every once in a while. Maybe you can go a few weeks without it and be fine, vs a more extroverted person who can only go a few days, but you ultimately still need it just as much as them. Shift work. Nights, followed by lates, followed by earlies. Physiologically so destructive. Edit. I work for the emergency services, so it's essential 24/7. The management are pretty good, but we've been shafted on pay at a national level. Still attritional on the body. I did a rotating 7-day shift for years, 7 grays, 2 days off, then 7 swings, 1 day off, then 7 days, 4 days off. Back to graves the night of the 5th day. You never get used to it, and it wears on you terribly. Chronic lack of sleep, sleep deprivation. So I was late 30s when I became a dad to twin boys. I went from sleeping a solid 7-8 hours a night virtually every night, to basically now not having had an unbroken night's sleep in over 2 years. Some weeks when the sleep is really bad, the degradation to my mental health is hard to overstate. I am extremely angry, emotional, never really used to be, and have no desire appetite to do anything. It's also self-destructive, as all you want to do is eat crap food as at least some kind of reward for the endless hassle. Would not recommend. Sleep, folks. Your body and mind need it. Sitting for long periods. Both unhealthy and as you get older dangerous. At work it is recommended you do a 50/10 split, 50 minutes sitting doing work, 10 minutes break walking around or at least standing. The amount of people who drink soda or Mountain Dew energy drinks 24/7 and say I feel fine so it must be fine is insane. A friend of mine used to drink 6 liters of Pepsi a day until recently when his roommate intervened. I just can't imagine doing that to myself. Stopping yourself from enjoying doing anything just because other people might not approve of it. It can end up being one of the most detrimental things you can do to your health, physically, mentally, spiritually and emotionally. Deleted. A lot of name brand fruit juices have lot more sugar than folks like to pay attention to. Juice is just sugar water, whether they add extra sugar or not. Eat fruit instead. Honestly, most cleaning supplies. They're fine to use in your house, but if you can smell it and your lungs aren't happy smelling it, you should be wearing an N95 or respirator. Bleach is a big one. Anything that makes you cough in a small room. I know everybody kind of goes crazy about shower stains, but your bathroom is too small of an enclosed space to be using strong chemicals without some type of breathing protection. Turn the fan on, open the window and use a damn mask. Your lungs will thank you in 20 years. I never even thought about any of that until I started glass blowing. Glass blowing works with a lot of stuff that we have to wear masks for. Cold working, like sanding down glass, the colored powders, mold materials, enamel paints, asbestos pads, etc. Once I got into the habit of protecting my lungs, I realized just how much stuff at home is probably pretty bad to be breathing in also. Good news is, a reusable respirator is pretty cheap at any hardware store, the filters aren't crazy expensive, and it's surprisingly useful to have. Painting, cleaning, replacing 50-year-old carpet, any stinky job like when a 70-pound dog has diarrhea all over the house, etc. It's just handy to have. This does not apply to vinegar, which smells strong but is natural, not bad for your lungs and great for cleaning shower stains. D. Working so much only 2 vacation weeks, 10 days, a year. Look at this guy, taking his vacation week this. Stress. I am declaring war on stress. Poor sleep. I'm honestly convinced it's why so many people have so many other disorders problems. Ever have a couple bad nights in a row? I'm a different person. Many may even have sleep apnea and other sleep issues despite being otherwise healthy and never realize it. I'm almost 40. Weed and alcohol are awesome and always will be. Both fuck with sleep. Please don't repeat the same mistakes I did. Work out, do cardio, sleep, and for fuck's sakes eat green vegetables. I once managed, without wanting to not sleep for 4 nights in a row. On the 5th day, I was incapable of explaining to the taxi driver how to get to my house. I just couldn't think straight anymore. It was a terrifying experience. I was sitting on the plane home and wondering why I was on that plane, because, wait, I lived in that city? Really? Hectometers. Can't remember. In the end I decided to trust my past self who had booked the tickets, because I understood that I wasn't functioning properly anymore. Looks like things starting with sleep, sugar, stress, salt, social media, sitting, smoking. Edit. Thank you kind strangers for the reward. Did not expect this response. You all rock. Edit 2. I think I should replace salt with sodium. The even deadly essence. Not having any friends or family to rely on, social network, is bad for your mental health. This is me. I'm in my late 30s and without a spouse or a single friend that I can call for help. I'm completely alone, all day, every day, and it has definitely been taking a massive toll, not just on my mental health, but my physical health, too. Not to sound dramatic, but I don't expect to be around for too much longer at this rate, and I'm kinda okay with that. Edit. Thank you all for the kind words, encouragement and suggestions. I do appreciate it. Neglecting your dental health. Deleted. Breathing in my country. There's a few candidates for which country you might live in, I gotta say. Being on your phone before bed reading Reddit comments. Oh. I'm honestly confused as to why sleep problems are so common and dangerous, yet schools force teenagers, who need way more sleep than kids and adults, to wake up at 6 AM. It's 99% for the convenience of parents being able to drop their kids off before work. Edit. From the replies, I realize convenience is a bit harsh and oversimplified, but I don't personally consider logistics or practicality to be fundamentally different from convenience when the other end of the scale is students' physical and mental well-being. If we valued that more, we could address those logistical and practical concerns in any number of other ways. For example, maybe relaxing the expectation that adults work 8 hours straight and let them take an hour break here and there to transport their kids. Bad posture. The damage it causes can be very difficult to fix. Welp, you made me sit straight. 24 hours news channels. Facts. The news causes stress and anger and frustration, and certain 24-hour news channels have contributed significantly to interpersonal rifts since the 24-hour news cycle became a thing. Guy who doesn't sleep, is worried, smokes weed, is angry and stressed, eats cereal and drinks alcohol and juices. Reads this. Well shit. This is too personal and I'm uncomfortable now. Never getting out in nature. I had to scroll way down to find this. Lots of evidence showing the mental and physical benefits that just a couple of hours in natural settings can have on our well-being. A lot of people mention stress. Well, one of the most efficient ways to decrease it is getting out in nature. Not moving enough. If you don't bend, you eventually start to break. Yo, this making me feel all crispity, crackety, and crunchity, dude. Juice. You're eating that whole pile of produce but not any of the fiber, so there's nothing satiating about it. You would never eat that volume of food as a snack in between meals if it weren't juiced. At least make it a smoothie. I was teaching this to some young dude at the gym the other day. Said he was gonna buy a juicer and I swayed him to save his money and time, cause cleaning a juicer is a pain, and get a basic blender. He never thought about fiber, just figured the more fruit and veggies the better. Toxic relationships, regardless if it's a family member, friend, or co-worker. It will drain every ounce of energy from you. Cut them off if you can. I realize that's not always possible. I agree with this wholeheartedly. I recently cut off everyone in my social circle this year due to their toxicity overwhelming my thoughts 24/7, and although it is lonely at times, I feel so much more confident in myself and in the things that I enjoy. I find myself picking up tons of old hobbies I haven't done in years and finding joy in them again. I'm even picking up new hobbies I didn't know I was capable of. Don't settle for people who don't make you feel comfortable and accepted. Deleted. Mayo, I don't got either. What's that mean? OP living forever after this post. Mayo, I am gonna be living forever, although multiple comments have said living is the #1 source of death, so I might have to reconsider. Alcohol. It's a class 1 carcinogen, ranked up there with tobacco in terms of things that can cause cancer. Edited to @ I'm getting a lot of responses saying that the comparison to tobacco is inaccurate, which is true. PLS, take these numbers with a grain of salt, I'm just pulling from Google. While smoking is attributed to 20% of cancers, alcohol is only attributed to 4%. I chose the cancer rate to mention because Canada is moving to have alcohol labeled as a class 1 carcinogen. That terminology may not be entirely correct on my part, as of 2023. There are countless other reasons alcohol is more dangerous than people think. Many people have helpfully pointed out the myriad of other health issues drinking can cause. In addition to this, I want to acknowledge the correlation between alcohol and violent crime. Alcohol is often linked to violent crime, and while it is not certain that this link is causal, there is strong reason to believe this is the case. The studies I found are from 1998, so I would love if anyone could find what more recent ones are saying. PDF and AMP. VED equals 2 RUKEWJ9WQVBTKH6 Saxons Kickskribmskfno ECAUQB Gandamp. USG equals AOV 3PZSXDB on TCGL8FTML8Q. Have a horrible attitude and down everything or everyone in their lives. It's like they manifest shitty things and people. It's circular and they don't even realize it. This was me. It's not that I had a bad attitude, it's just that I only ever looked towards the bad in things, even if I had to nitpick to find it. I made a conscious decision to be more positive. Now I have a practice of praising something before I criticize something about it. It's made my life so much better. Browsing Reddit at 1 AM when they have to get up for work at 6. Looking at you, me. Sitting for too long.